What's up? What's up? What's up? Trying to get some my audio and shit fixed. Give me a second. 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 Oh, there was okay. I got it. I got it. That's why. Okay.
You can see
there we go.
Nearly 2 units in the NFL on Sunday there. Really mostly proud of those Jawan Jennings touchdown, that Nick Westbrook Akine touchdown as well. Got us 5-1.
We got it.
The dart throw. Kirk Cousins went under and feeling really good about
JoJo, man. Safe travels.
On the DeAndre Swift under because he had a 40-yard rush. Other than that, we were golden. So we're going to keep it rolling here, man. If you don't want to miss anything, go ahead and give that video a like. Let's get right into it. Quick reminder, if you don't want to miss any of the plays that I'm making, use the link in the description of the video.
All right, we're gonna critique the shit out of this.
Into the VIP Discord so you don't miss any of the plays that I'm making. If you do want the NBA season pass, you can get that 40% off. Go ahead and skip that monthly price and get right into all the NBA plays we've got this year. But we're talking NFL. So let's get right into Monday Night Football and that Texans offense, which is going to be better moving forward. There's no way around it. They are 15th in passing yards and 18th in pass EPA, in part because they're not really getting that much. They're not limiting pressure, I should say. On
bullshit.
They are 31st in pressure percentage. So second worst, not giving him enough time. But you know what really solves a lot of those problems is going to be having the best receiver in the league, at least according to receiving yards per game, in Nico Collins. And he's
I don't know if you noticed, but I've quit answering you a long time ago.
For this Texans offense, which has been starving for wide receivers after Stephon Diggs went down, right after Nico Collins went down. So they've been starving for the wide receiver at the wide receiver position. And now they're getting a guy back who's going to make that offensive line look a lot better. If they can even give him a few seconds, Nico Collins is going to beat those guys downfield. Really good reception, yards per reception, I should say. That's really going to help CJ Stroud open up the rest of the field. And although the rushing yards are not great and the rush EPA is even worse in terms of third worst in the league, they've still been running the ball so well with Joe Mixon, or at least so often, that they're just forcing the ball down
the fucking analysis that they use to just like come to this conclusion of where they're at is like so fucking off. It's just like none of the metrics fucking matter.
So they're not getting any push
and
touching that running back.
These are like, this shit is irrelevant what they're going for. It does not fucking matter.
Second in pressure percentage on the season just hasn't really led to much in the way of either takeaways or the ability
you know how we roll, bro.
Passing yards on the
I even got a fire in the kitchen.
Passing yards against them would be way higher.
There's a fire in the kitchen.
Worst pass EPA, but they're in the top 10, or how you want to look at it, bottom 10, in terms of the amount of time that they are losing this season, right? So they're trailing for the about 8th most time in.
Chiefs, you know how we do it. Even though I'm sorry your team lost last night, but
the on them don't really have to pass it. So we're gonna be looking at some rush stuff here for the.
It could be the neighbors,
sure, but I think there's still gonna be plenty of passing yards for them. One more quick reminder, got the live show every single day, 5:30 p.m. Eastern. You guys bring your bets, jump in the comments, and we go over all the looks that we have for that night. Tomorrow, we're doing NBA again, but also got the Monday Night Football.
I got to bring it up, man. You got to bring it up.
NFL props if you guys want to bring those. Let's look at this Cowboys offense.
Thank you, JoJo.
Cooper Rush at the helm now.
Thank you, JoJo. Safe travels, buddy. Safe travels.
Right there. It's really due to how often they're losing, right? They're losing most of the time this season, as I mentioned, so they need to pass the ball. But that pass EPA is still 4th worst in the league, and they're not limiting pressure percentage.
Man, I don't get why.
Dak was doing okay, able to get out of the pocket. Cooper Rush is running for his life at this point.
This is the shit that, like,
yards last week, had a sub 50% completion percentage on passes that he was hurried, which is going to be the case once again, I would imagine, with this Texans defense. Don't even really care about the rush offense for this Cowboys team. Terrible in terms of adjusted yards before contact, bottom 10 in the league. They're not even really able to rush the ball very much because they're losing. They don't have a running back unless you consider Rico Dowdle a starter, but I don't think most teams in the NFL would.
I'm not saying they should have lost, but
got the ghost of Zeke Elliott It's
going
all
up against the Bills, dude. It's kind of hard.
It's going to continue to be a problem for them, and that's going to lead to the inability.
So
to throw
it's like it's not like it was like
worry about not pinning their ears back and going after the quarterback.
I don't know.
They're fourth in passing yards.
I don't say it was destined. This stupid shit right here.
They have that fourth highest pressure percentage in the league.
Are you betting, sir? Just really like the NBA.
Rush's hands probably before he's willing.
Oh, Demon, what's up, man? What's up?
I will say
homie was playing Mahomie.
14th in rush EPA.
I don't think it was Mahomie. I think it was more of that Josh Allen 4-0 against the Chiefs thing. He's got what I was saying.
This defensive line is a absolute problem, and it's going to wreak
We're
havoc
betting, Kinley, but we're not betting. I mean,
the Cowboys here.
We're focusing on tonight's game right now. I still don't know who I'm on.
Texans play a props.
Demon, I'm good, brother. I'm good. I'm good.
Some of you were saying you want me to put down exactly what the play is on the screen. Ain't going to happen. Just give it a listen. So if you're listening right now, you know that I like the fade of the interception, and I'm going under half an interception.
God, they fucking. I don't understand. I'm here to critique the shit out of this, okay? And like, no disrespect, but like,
price for a QB who is incredibly accurate, especially when he has Nico
I
Collins.
can't.
And that's what made me so excited to make this play was Nico Collins is back. This team doesn't really need to throw the ball very much anyway. So I don't know why.
Who's y'all's picks tonight? Who's your pick? Cowboys, Texans. Who you got? Put it in the chat. Cowboys, Texans. Who you got?
Of the 19 games that he's played since he came into the league with Nico Collins. So this duo leads to a lot of efficient plays for CJ Stroud. Dallas only has one INT in its last 5 games on the season and only has 4 games.
I mean, with the 7-point spread, dude,
with an interception.
The 7-point scares me.
This ain't that game, right? This is going to be a game where CJ Stroud is going up against a team that is playing.
I mean, we're sitting at 7, I think, right now.
The majority of their plays.
Yeah, 7 across the board.
The Cowboys are in the top 13.
It opened at 5.5
that they're running on defense,
and we're sitting at 7 right now.
Is one of the best quarterbacks against man coverage, 3rd best in terms of his accuracy against man coverage. So any man coverage is going to lead to more success for CJ. But even in these zones, there's no reason for him to force the ball.
Thank you, Demon. Thank you. It's the same setup I've had all the time.
This offense is going to be humming in the run game.
It's the same. This is the same setup I've always had.
I just don't see another INT.
I just don't ever air it. I only air it when I'm doing like the just chatting shit.
So, and I was saying earlier, Joe Mixon's running the ball like 22 times per game. He's had like 25 rush attempts, 4 of his last 5, I believe now. And he's going up against the worst rush defense in the league. His numbers at 85.5 rush yards shouldn't really scare too many of us, to be honest. The only thing
the fact that he's pushing prop bets is just like makes me want to fucking yawn,
because they could still play other guys in the backfield once they're up by 3 to 4 scores, which is where I would probably guess they're going to be.
Kinley, yeah. So all this time you've been playing game on your kitchen.
I think the longest rush.
Yeah, I live in a 2-bedroom apartment.
16 plus rushing yards on one play, I should say.
This whole time, yeah.
What's up, guys? Right here. Boom.
Never expected that.
Talking about Monday Night Football.
The side profile, bro.
And the Cowboys got a couple bets in the account, as always, guys. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We are absolutely free on this channel. Everything
I haven't video gamed in a minute.
If you want to give a
I've
thumbs up, if you
betting my ass off, dude.
Play this, certainly welcome there. As
like
well,
November's, I fucking love November's because you got
Texans on
you've got everything, my man.
Total,
you got everything to bet on, dude.
41, 141.
I've got hockey going tonight, and I'm like fucking cleaning up in hockey.
You can see, by the way, this is where you can compare all the odds out there, NFL odds, and this will pull up this page.
I mean, I don't. I played it yesterday.
So you can see what things look like over there. So
I fail all the time. I fail every day. We're talking about I failed it. Be more specific. What do I fail at? I'm not the Chiefs, bro.
In favor of the
I don't fail all the time. I'm not the Chiefs.
The road. So if we take a look at the injury report on the Texans here, you'll see.
God, and this fucking professor, this like page 36 is the quantum physics of the thing.
Not going to play for them as well. So 2 of the
God, so fucking monotone. Makes me really want to get into the fucking game.
Is dealing with a concussion. He was back out at practice, but has not cleared protocol yet. Could at some point today, perhaps. But we.
Touche. You got me, son. You got me, son. I like Kyle Kims. I like Kyle Kerms. This fucker I can't stand. Dude, I'm going to critique the shit out of this bitch tonight.
That's 2 tonight.
For Christmas, are you going to take holiday, sir? I'm on holiday right now. I'm on my vacation now. This is my holiday. This is my vacation.
Joe Mixon's the guy, whether it's in the air, on the ground, and CJ Stroud. I think we all agree. And AB, you laid it out.
Charlie, no, man. We got we got Monday Night Football. We've got to get our bets in. Okay?
So I love plus 625.
I'll tell you what. All right, Melody said it. Parlay squared. I'm going parlay cubed. I actually think all of these options happen.
These are so. This is like the advice that you get on this shit is like so fucking bad. It's like so fucking horrendous. What's up, Mr. Joe? Who else has a thing on? Let's see. What is this? I say I don't do player props, so I can give a fuck about a player prop.
And says, why was baby oil on post search?
Research? Love you too. Good to see you. Charlie, man, love you too, brother. Love you too. Always, big guy. Always. Let's look at the game. I don't want to watch the CBS. All right, let's look at this. I like this guy. More guy, Boston Sports. I like him. He's kind of
all right, YouTube. How you doing? Welcome back to the channel.
I'm going to take a lead.
Night football. We got the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Houston Texans. In today's video, I'm going to dive into this game. I'll give you my prediction on the side. I'll give you my prediction on the total. We'll talk about any other plays, like player props that we like in this game as well. But make sure to keep an eye on the pinned comment. My final plays will be down there over on the Guy Boston site, so make sure to go ahead and keep an eye on that. But this is a weird one, right? So we'll dive into it here. We have Dallas coming in at 3-6, ATS 2-6-1, and they're yet to get a win at home. They're 0-4 at home this year. Houston has kind of been up and down. They've been dealing with a lot of injuries. We'll talk about that in just a second. But Houston comes in at 6-4, 4-5-1 against the number. And then in terms of what they've done on the road, 2-3. But more importantly, they've lost 2 straight games in which, yeah, they looked a little bit more like themselves and a little bit better against Detroit last week.
Chris,
but let's not forget that weird one against Houston, against the Jets, in which Houston lost 21-13. So, like I said, it is a weird one here. Houston, 7-point favorites in this one, total at 41.5.
What's up, y'all?
Let's go ahead and dig into the dashboard here. We're going to pop it up on the screen. You can see
my
here,
vagina.
There's a lot of red on the Dallas side of things. We know Dak Prescott's out. I think Dowdle's
I didn't think anybody saw that.
Out. Cooper Rush is going to be the quarterback. We can see that with the depth chart over here. So far this year, Dallas has been completely up and down. And I already mentioned they've been stinking at home, right? In terms of points per game, 31st in terms of where they rank scoring points per game at just 14.8. 32nd in terms of defense. They're allowing 38.3 points per game at home this year. Now, obviously, we have the Detroit game in which that's going to skew things. But overall, this Dallas team has not looked all that great. But Houston, yeah, there's a lot of green here on the road, a lot of green here on the full season. But the last 3 weeks here, the offense has kind of quieted it down. The defense has been still
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
In terms of DVOA rankings, second best defense in the league.
7 scares me. The 7 scares me.
Run. And obviously over here as well, you can see there's only a couple positions in which positionally Houston is kind of soft against, but not against the QB, not against the running back, not against the tight end. I guess you could make some arguments for receivers, but actually against wide receiver ones, a minus 13%.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you so much, Chris.
Increase. So
I know it's Cupid. I know, dude. 100%.
But this week with Dallas. So where do we come out in terms of what we like in this one? Well,
I 100% agree with you, dude.
I 100% agree. That is a little bit too much to be throwing out there, in my opinion, if you are the Texans. But overall, there's nothing that makes me want to get to the Dallas side here. Cooper Rush does not look like someone I want to trust. I don't know if we can trust this run game whatsoever against the Texans defense that actually is pretty good. Like I said, some of their front-facing
and you got
numbers
Nico coming back tonight.
Great, but DVOA metrics, which I trust those numbers a lot, put them as the second best run defense in the entire league.
I don't think that's enough to move the line at all.
A hungry team in Houston
at the same time,
that
it's
is
just
looking to get back in the win column after 2 losses, right? With Nico Collins coming back to your offense, who was wide receiver 1 and leading the league in receiving when he got injured. So now he's back. You have Mixon. Like, there's just too many guys on this Houston team that I think will overpower this Dallas defense. So to me, it's just not a big enough number to go on the Dallas side of things. So give me Houston in this spot. When it comes to a total, I almost want to look at a Houston team total.
I'm looking at the over on the total, dude.
24, and that one, 23.5 is probably the number as of right now. So that is slightly high, but that's where I might go before looking at the total overall.
My
it is
instinct is saying
right now, which seems kind of low.
Cowboys plus 7.5 because I buy the half point, and I take the over 41.5.
They obviously have Lamb, and I like Dowdle long term and whatnot, but no Dak. Him being out is massive for this team. Not that he was having a phenomenal season, but Cooper Rush to Dak Prescott is a pretty big, I guess, or Dak Prescott to Cooper Rush, I should say, is a pretty big drop in production. So, yeah, I'm going to lean towards, I guess, just a Texas team total over in terms of them going out there and getting their points, right? In terms of what we can get at that, let's see if we can pull up their live number right now. 23.5. Yeah, that's probably the one that I would look at. Way better odds if you look at 24.5, but obviously a key number there. But guys, we do have at least one player prop spot that I'm liking.
I don't give a fuck about your player props. Go fuck yourself with your player props.
That again to recap.
Yeah, but he got back at 7 too, so it's okay. I like the Cowboys going under 0.5 first half touchdowns at plus 130. The first half team total is 9.5 with under minus 150. So you're looking at a touchdown field goal.
God damn, how big is that fucking guy?
I think they're far more likely to kick a field goal than
under half first half touchdowns.
So it seems like
where the fuck are you pulling out these fucking bets?
It's pretty good.
Honest to God, like where the fuck are you pulling out these fucking bets?
So you put that value in with the Houston defense that's allowed 27 touchdowns, which isn't very good, but only 10 in the first half. And they typically have been of the big play variety, typically with good quarterbacks. And I don't think Rush can accomplish that really. So it's going to take a sustained drive to get this touchdown. And then another one to get into field goal range.
Dude, imagine if he put as much time into his weight loss as he did as his fucking picks.
I like that. And I think if you dodge the first series for the Cowboys script that they come out with, then you're in pretty good shape with regard to the Cowboys scoring a touchdown in the first half. We'll get to it later, but man, there's some serious value.
Oh man, what's up, Dean?
From like all different angles, just because
what's up, my guy?
The entire world is on the Texans.
I know everybody's on the Texans. I know, which is just like
blow the Cowboys out.
Like
we'll pound Joe
that
Mixon
is fucking irrelevant. I'm sorry.
And run away.
Jones Bishop, you know what? I know, right? I know. Like,
give me the Texans minus 7. Preferably
heads we win,
minus 7.5.
Heads we lose. I don't know, it's like that right there. Like
Cowboys.
Yeah.
This doesn't even feel like a last stand. It feels more like going through the motions in what is just a completely lost season.
Oh God, the lines move up to 7.5 now.
And you fight hard for the first half, golf clap or whatever. But the Texans have Nico Collins back. We talked numerous times on this show with.
Why does every motherfucker on this show think they're coming from CBS Sports or something? This is not ESPN, you fuckhead. You're in your fucking bedroom, for Christ's sake.
Schefter reported he's full go. He wasn't on the injury report. No restrictions on his playing time. He is that, when you put him in as the 1, he's a top 5 NFL wide receiver right now. You move Tank Dell to the 2, and then you have to worry about that. And then Joe Mixon pounding the ball behind a good offensive line. This Texas team becomes one of the top 5 or 10 teams in the league again. And I'm just not going to mess around with it. Give me the Texans to cover here. What about you?
I don't know what the fuck they're smoking outside.
So you said top 5 or 10 team with Nico Collins. I would go closer to 10, but good news. The Cowboys are maybe a bottom 5 team in the league, especially as how they're constituted now. We know Dak Prescott isn't playing. Cooper Rush is well below average when it comes to quarterbacks, perhaps also backup quarterbacks. You've got injuries on the back end for the Cowboys. And by the way, I think it's a problem that you're hosting a game where you can't win. Like you don't win. Like the Cowboys don't win in Dallas. They get absolutely destroyed in Dallas. But you're also facing a Texans team that's good, that gets Nico Collins back and has lost 3 out of 4 games. So when you have a good team coming off 3 out of 4 losses, especially when some of those have been comeback ball by the Detroit Lions, after Houston had what looked like an insurmountable lead, you're probably
can't get over how big this guy is
against the Dallas Cowboys team that doesn't
RJ White.
He's resistance. Yeah, to your point, maybe for a quarter.
He's a heart attack away
part
from
of the reason I like this
picking a winner.
Public play minus 7 is because I think the Texans are going to play to win and keep playing to win even when they have the win. So I like them to cover the 7 points. I mean, this is just one of those where you've got a good team.
I think there's so much overthinking in this shit.
Really bad team.
That
Yeah, and I mean, maybe, top 5, top 10 is probably better than top 5. I think if they are operating at their maximum efficiency.
Goddamn, they are overthinking the shit out of this, like more than the fucking offensive coordinator of the fucking Cowboys right now.
Yeah, probably 4th and then Pittsburgh.
So, but hang on, because you have the top, you have the Bills, you have the Chiefs, you have the Ravens. Now we have to talk about the Chargers. We have to talk about the Steelers and the Broncos. So the Texans at full health mix in somewhere with those 6 teams, but the AFC, after you get past the top 3, that I think is consensus, it's a big mix from there.
Yeah, I think I would put them at 4 behind those big 3 for sure. Just because I think
you can tell he put on that hat strictly for the stream. That's it. He put on that hat strictly for the stream.
But I mean, look, I stand hard for Jim Harbaugh, so you won't.
He stands hard. You got that? He stands hard.
Chargers at all. Danny, I hate to. You know what? I need to get like an AI bot that can just tee you up before these primetime games. It's like we used to joke about Breach would defend the Cowboys. We call him Breach Bot. It's like Brasco Bot. It's like prime time under. It is time for the under.
I told everyone.
I assume you like the under tonight.
I told everyone on Sportsline I was running the system play, the primetime under system play. They've historically trended to the under, and this year Monday night is actually trending
the
to
under. Well, that's the first I've heard of an under. Somebody take.
And this is another one that has for a lot of reasons. I really like the way that RJ attacked that first half under touchdowns for the Cowboys because, simply put, I like the under because I don't see them contributing much offense to this game.
I mean,
for a paltry 45 yards on, I believe, 23 attempts against the Eagles. And the Eagles are shaping up really nicely under Vic Fangio. Now, hey, look at this Houston Texans defense. They've remained a top 5 unit in terms of defensive DVOA all season long. D'Amico Ryans has them playing really well. Unfortunately, Kamari Lassiter is going to be out. He's been a really good contributor in the secondary, but Stingley's still matching up on CeeDee Lamb. And I believe that a CeeDee Lamb that was dealing with some back spasms this week, actually, he can limit him enough to suppress the scoring for Dallas to keep this under. Really, we're worried about if Nico Collins comes back and CJ Stroud and the Texans offense starts firing on all cylinders, drops 30 points and spoils the party for us. But, Micah Parsons is back. I think Dallas will try to, like you said, maybe have some fight in the first half, right? They're playing for some pride at home here and keep this, low enough. The Texans have struggled with their early down success rate. They remain an inefficient offense. They have struggled. This defense has been really carrying them through their, their early season strength. So I think they'll keep doing that. I think they'll really limit Cooper Rush and company. And I like the under 41.5.
Couple of things. Brandon points out, shout out to RJ for being so accessible in the Discord. If you're wondering about the Discord, Sportsline has its own Discord now. You can get in there and chat.
Yeah, we're not interested in your fucking Discord. We're not interested in your fucking Discord.
On x.com to join the Discord. I will probably, as RJ correctly predicted on Thursday, I can't wait to do 3 shows with Brinson. And then on Monday, he still hasn't joined. You nailed that one, buddy. Good call. If you want to join the Discord, go to discord.gg/sportsline, and you can join. I'll do that after the show, probably, or maybe Tuesday. I'll do it before.
You said maybe Tuesday last week when we talked about it.
I tried to bet it last week and it was off the board. They wouldn't let me put it.
It's like minus. It's like if the Cowboys are minus 10,000 to miss the playoffs, I'm like minus 12,000 not to join before Thursday. Somebody else pointed out, I'm gonna laugh my ass off.
I know, right? This is how much fucking.
I don't want to say you're a Cowboys fan, David. That sounds like a Cowboys fan.
Brinson,
I don't mind being egged. I just don't want to be hit by a piece of metal falling from Jerry's broke ass ceiling, man. Come on.
Brinson, I'm seeing my guy Gipper's picks too. He's saying I'm going to laugh when Rush throws for 220 yards and everyone acts like he wasn't a serviceable backup.
Dude, I can so see it though. Like Cooper Rush could go for 220 on this team.
Like, ain't that offense. Their offensive line was dominant then as well. They could move bodies at the line of scrimmage. They could kind of do what they wanted with even with a backup.
I'm just saying that like
I don't think
like it could happen.
He has the weaponry he did then, and it showed in game 1. Maybe it's a bit better than his first showing, but I'm not seeing it here. I think the Texans.
Also, like he's like, I'm gonna laugh when he throws for 220 yards. It's 1975.
Also, this team wasn't good with Dak as well. Like Cooper Rush, I agree. Cooper Rush was pretty good a couple of years ago.
No, but you got Parsons back.
But again, this is like
it screams. Okay,
the Cowboys
it's looking at the line, just the line alone.
Getting worked. So
looking at the line, it screams Texans under. Texans under. That's what the line is telling us to bet.
So
it's Texans under.
I'm trying to figure out how to phrase this, but I was in
God fucking damn it,
Dallas on Saturday actually for the SMU game because one of my best friend growing up lives there. I'm actually wearing a Dallas Country Club hat right now.
Oh my God, you're boring the shit out of me and you're fucking live. For fuck's sakes, what's Twitch got? Anything on Twitch?
I'm actually wearing a Dallas Country Club hat right now.
Oh my God, you're boring the shit out of me and you're fucking live. Oh wait, I'm watching me on Twitch. Never mind. Let's go to the sports. Let's go to sports. I know, right? Like, who gives a fucking shit? You're boring the shit out of me. All right, let's look at these jagoffs. What do we got here? What is this fat fuck saying?
I'm fucking happy because
Oh, it's Monday Night Raw. Yeah, we don't give a fuck about Monday Night Raw.
I'm pretty sure the Steelers still have to play Kansas City. Let's see who the Steelers still have to play.
God damn, it's like so bad.
Yeah, we're in a wild card slot right now. We're 1.5 games behind.
Is this the sports section or not? I don't see sports. What is this? Oh, BetMGM. Okay, here we go. Here we go.
A little sprinkle there on the
What's this jagoff have to say?
stand, but Rico Dottle has got to be stressed in this game from the onset, from the start, for you to have even a remote chance of cashing either way.
Yeah, and so actually not anything that I would give out, but I played a small little SGP because I think everything correlates if Dallas actually is going to keep this game close.
Where's Bro's head? He looks like a fucking thumb.
As it sounds at 41.5. I like Dallas to cover the 7.5. I like Rico Dowdle just to have 50 rushing yards because when I woke up, I think the number was 52.5, was a little late, and then saw it at 55.5. I was like, all right, that's where I draw the line right there. So I did play him to have 50 and then over 13.5 rushing attempts, which is juice.
God, these fucking player props are so fucking
SGP, but I think they're going to have to at least get 4 or 5 yards per carry.
It rhymes with schmay,
right? I mean, I don't think you're going to hit many explosive plays with Rico Dowdle or with Ezekiel Elliott or anybody else you're going to trot out there tonight.
God, the glare on his head is fucking blinding the shit out of me.
4 or 5 yards here, not force Cooper Rush into these known passing downs where
like
this
it's
pass
like
rush, which
I
is
can't
top
see
5 in the
shit.
National Football League, could just tee off on them. I think Dallas can keep this game close.
That's
Now,
better.
if they go down early, right, and it's a negative game script, and we have to drop back, if they have to drop back Cooper Rush 40 times, this is going to get ugly. Just play all the alternate Texans lines right now. But yeah, I agree with what he said, man. I love the rushing attempts. I would even play it right now.
Dude, I saw my future in his head. It's like a crystal ball.
Yeah, and I think RJ's perspective on Trey Lance, everybody needs to view that and really weigh it. I know the fantasy football community right now in some deeper leagues, especially those of you that play into Superflex, are clamoring for Trey Lance to get his way and get some reps under center.
Maybe that's what I'm missing. Maybe that's why I'm not growing, because I don't have like a bald head and a fucking
and we've seen it in brief
big ass fucking headset like I'm landing on a fucking 747.
He's taken in the regular season, but he is very much a work in progress as a passer, very unrefined. If you thought, just
explain to me how like you have these fucking shows that come on
Justin Fields
and promote, bet this, bet that. And they're sponsored by the very fucking BetMGM.
Understand where the coaching
does nobody else see the irony in that shit?
Eventually, when the season is completely lost, and they trot them out there.
These sports shows like, oh, here's our analysis on this. You need to bet this. You need to bet that. By the way, we're sponsored by the same people that are taking your bets. Does nobody see the irony in that?
I'm a sick man, so not only
this is where we're at in 2024, where it's the fucking norm.
I watch some other preseason.
That's like I'm selling dope, right? I'm selling dope.
I went back and watched that game against
Chicago. Shut your cuck ass up, bitch. I'm talking. You're selling dope, right? So
Shanahan just treated him like a glorified fullback.
I'm selling my dope
the entire time. And then
this is why you should use my dope. This dope is the best dope you can get. Okay. When you go to buy my dope,
that was one of the
I got a discount code for you over here from the dope store.
From a starting quarterback, and that was in a preseason game. So I think that's probably what Dallas is thinking, man. Like, hey,
I don't know where else
we still have. We still want to show some fight the rest of the way. We still have somewhat of an outside shot to sneak in. But if it goes bad tonight, which it probably does, maybe then we do see Trey Lance at least next week. It's also funny that we saw him last week a little bit. He barely played in relief, and he got fined like $22K for an unsportsmanlike conduct. So he just seems to be a little bit of a mess, Trey Lance. But, I mean, hell, man. I mean, it's that kind of year for Dallas. So if he's available, maybe you do pick him up, especially if you're really desperate at that position.
The Cowboys are playing for one reason to pick up Archie Manning. That's it.
Able to get that second season spot, and he need depth, especially in Superflex leagues. You might as well pick up Trey Lance tonight and see what shakes out. All right, we got to head out right now to a little siesta here on BetMGM tonight. When we come back, Parlay Pete's going to make a cameo. We're going to say hello.
Parlay Pete, oh my fucking God. This,
Stick around.
Jesus Christ almighty. This fucking industry.
More
is...
Wagertainment is coming. If you missed the show, you can listen back on the always free Odyssey app. It's
fucking industry has
BetMGM
gone to
tonight,
shit. It's
presented
gone
by
to
BetMGM.